So good evening, everyone. I am Suvesh Ranjan from Soil Institute of Management. I welcome you for the today conversation with Shivani Bhatnagar and Nikhil Jain. Both of us from Soil. Shivani Bhatnagar is alumni. She is done PGPM in 2019-20 batch, on 2021 batch, right, Shivani?
Right, sir. 2021 batch. See,
Okay.
we saw both the waves, first and second.
Yes. So, talking about Shivani, Shivani works as a talent acquisition partner at Business Next, a software product company based out of Noida. She takes care of the domestic talent requirement for her sales and marketing stakeholders. She, she always talk about herself stating avid reader, I enjoy all tasty foods she come across. Her motto of life is be the change you want to see in the world. So welcome Shivani for this session. We also have Nikhil Jain. Nikhil, can we have your camera on? Okay.
Hi, sir.
So Nikhil is our current student. He is from the current student. He's doing PGPM in marketing. So Nikhil talks about himself as a PR and communication professional with close to 44 months of hands-on experience in drafting and managing PR communication campaign for the client in the sector like technology, online gaming, healthcare, education, finance, aviation, and startups as well. Currently, as I said, he is pursuing PGPM in business leadership program with a specialization in marketing. Along with this, he also working as a research assistant with Soil Consulting team and associated with various student-led clubs at Soil. So welcome, Nikhil, for this session.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the introduction.
So I would request, both of you, if the Shivani can take the lead and she can talk about her journey, her experience before Soil, after Soil, in Soil, that would be great. And then after her, we will ask Nikhil to share his experience till now. So over to you, Shivani.
Thank you so much, Suresh sir, for the opportunity. Hi, everyone who is there for this call. Really appreciate you guys coming in. And I really hope that this some way helps you in taking your decision and moving ahead with Soil. Right. So talking about how Soil came into my purview and how I ventured out is, so being an experienced professional, it's really hard for you to take that call of, stopping your work for 2 years and then jumping in back into the industry. Because believe me, within 1 year, I saw the whole world turn around. So for me, as an experienced professional, I was really focused that I wanted to do a 1 year program, which was compact and had all the functions with it. But at the same time, I had a very strong focus of making sure that I was not doing a redundant MBA program. I wanted a program that would really challenge me and would have aspects that really makes the program stand out. So for me, that was a very strong focus. And that is where we came across this course in HR, the Human Resource Leadership Program in Soil. And so I think the whole process and, catching up with the alumni. So I was considering other colleges as well, but the kind of warmth you get while connecting with alumni of Soil is absolutely amazing. So I think I've talked to batches who passed out in 2013 as well, and the way they took out time out of their busy schedules and helped me understand the program. And so that kind of warmth really touched me. So it speaks in length about how the program is structured, that people even 7 years back really respect the whole program and really appreciate people reaching out to them. And so that is how I sort of finalized and was really sure on moving ahead with Soil. Now, coming about the whole process, so I think it was very smooth. I wouldn't say it was like a cakewalk. So you do get your challenges in between, and especially if you have A and B sir taking your interview. So be ready for some fiery questions and fiery answers. So he's that kind of a personality, and I think that really drew me towards Soil because for me as a person, I really like being challenged and being put in a spot wherein I can sort of bring myself better. And so the whole admission process, the whole exam and the whole process in the analysis and how the outcome came out was something that I really enjoyed at Soil. Now, talking about why I sort of feel that my batch was a little different is, and I know every student would feel so, is that I think this was the first time in 2020, because when most of us took admission, we didn't know that COVID was going to hit in March. And so that is where even Soil and both of us were trying to figure out how to sort of venture this whole program online and try to make sure that the connect and that level of knowledge transfer happens virtually as well. So I think that is where we went through the first wave, and we sort of took the whole program in stride, wherein I think Anil sir making sure that the flavor of Soil was there in all the courses, and we were sort of involved, in fact, even in our NGO programs. So the way we were made to engage and the way we also brought our engagement levels, even virtually, we really felt that we could make a change, not through, physical programs, but virtually as well. So that was how our journey started. And the whole program, how it was structured. So I think a lot of programs become very bookish when it comes to MBA. But I think Soil has a very strong outlook on having a very pragmatic approach to all the business concepts. And so during the program, you might not realize that. But once you move into the industry and you start working, you start to realize that how much your pragmatic approach to even, in fact, very simple concepts to HR really set you apart from the whole crowd. And the kind of nurturing and the mentorship program, I think the mentorship program at Soil is really good. It's really robust. And the way you are, attached with mentors, with alumni, and the kind of connect that they make sure that is established. And so I think there is a 360 feedback for each and every person working at Soil. So that is where, it was an overall development all throughout the course. And so talking about the placements, yes, placements was something because we were the batch. So when 2021, when we were sitting for the placements, that is when the second wave hit in. So while the companies was trying to still figure out what to do, they eventually started to we sort of saw the impact in 2021. But luckily, despite all that thing, I was campus placed into my current organization, which I'm still engaged with. And I'm absolutely happy working where I am, because I feel I was the right fit for them and they were the right fit for me. And so we've been growing really well. So we have other batchmates also in Soil. So, there is this famous thing that there is just one SOILite in one company, and eventually you start seeing more and more Soil people coming in. So now we started off with just one senior in Soil, and now we roughly have 4 to 5 people from Soil working in our organization. So that is how my whole journey went, and it was a very different experience, to say. And so a lot of ups and downs with the whole thing. And I think our experience, especially of our batch with Soil, was something that was really memorable, and sort of really helped us pitch into a workforce and prepare for people who are working both virtually, hybrid, and physically. So for us, that was something that really helped us, catapult into our careers. So that is all from my side. I think I hopefully covered all the 3 functions of before, during, and after. So nevertheless, I'd really love to have more and more questions come in, something that you really want to know in depth, because I know you have a lot of questions in your mind. I know I had a lot, and I think Subhesh really remembers me asking tons of questions before I joined in the program. So I think I'll be really open and enjoy the questions coming in.
Thank you, Shivani. Thank you. So before we move to Nikhil, I request all the attendees, they can start putting up their questions, whatever they have in the Q&A section. We will take all the questions one by one once we have the introduction part from the panel. So Sanjyoti, you have joined. Sanjyoti, and will you able to switch on your videos?
Sure, sir. Just give me a minute. I'm switching it on.
Surely. So meanwhile, I'll request Nikhil to have a brief about his experience, how before, after, how you feeling right now. Over to you, Nikhil.
Thank you, sir. And I would start with saying that I really, agree with what Shivani had said, that the entire curriculum, entire process is really challenging, and yet it's very engaging and fun. So I would say that the real asset of Soil is the teachers and the professors, the kind of hard work they put in helping us throughout the process, in the classes, after the classes, guiding us all through the process. And of course, the mentorship program, we basically get assigned a mentor in this course, in the one year PGPM course. And all these mentors are very senior people from the industry who are mostly in the CXO and CTO level, and they literally tell us how things are in the industry, kind of bridge that gap between the the academics and the industry part. And the bonding circles, the the trip which we go in the one year program, in that Badi trip, all these experiences really, it really shaped you, it really shape you as a professional. And talking about joining Soil, I actually come with a 3.5 years of experience. I was working as a PR and communication professional with Denso Wages Network. I was handling clients, working for their PR communication bit. While I was working with them, I had this whole idea of doing an MBA and getting into a managerial level, position and all. I started doing my research, connecting with the alumni, and it was a really smooth process. Got to know, and the one feedback which I really got, which really touched me, was the faculty here. And yeah, that was my decision of joining. That was one thing which I really felt that, because that is one thing which is really important while you do your MBA. And one year PGPM program will really keep you on toes. You don't have time to do a lot of stuff, right? There'll be PPTs, there'll be case studies every day. You'll have to work on after the college, before the college, in the morning. So it's really tiring and exciting at the same time.
Thank you, Nikhil. So we have today we have Panasa Sanjyoti as well, Sanjyoti Bhattacharya. Talking about her, she defined herself as she's from a small town with a big dreams. She pursued her BTech and has extensive IT experience in the company like Capgemini and Infosys for 6 years. She is a person with humility and a passion for learning new aspects. So Sanjiti, this is about you. So I request to share some experience about yourself, like what was before joining Soil. I mean, what made you to join Soil, and how the experience till now. So what do you, Sanjit?
Yeah, thank you, sir, for giving me this opportunity. Yeah, I'm definitely grateful that I took this decision of coming to Soil, and the faculty members who gave this opportunity to me to join Soil and be a part of it. Till now, my journey has been fantastic. And before joining Soil, uh, I was kind of a wanderer. I was wondering how my career would shape into and how I would take it forward. So I wanted to get that grip on myself, on my career, that how I should take it forward. And I think Soil gave me the right path or the right direction in which I should move, and gave me the, the zeal of moving forward. So not only the teachers, but also every faculty who is coming into Soil has given us those opportunities and those aspects where we can learn and grow. So this is a great thing about Soil. Apart from that, every like the mentorship program which Nikhil already mentioned, the other experiences which we had, starting from visiting the trip to Sidbadi, and other subjects like which Anil sir taught us about leadership. So all those things coming together has shaped up really beautifully till now. And before Soil, I already told that I was wondering that how my career would be, but now I'm already placed. I'm happy with what I have got and what I'm learning every day. And kind of I hope to apply it very soon. And already, as Shivani mentioned, that it's very aligned with what we work with. So I know how I have worked 6 years in my life, and now I can relate it very well. So this is a great thing about Soil.
Thank you, Sanjiti. So, so we have a couple of questions over here. Vivek, you have raised the hand, but I request you to put your question in the Q&A section. You can find Q&A section at the bottom of the Zoom panel. Okay. So the first question is, please say about 1 year PGPM HR program. I have 6 months of experience at Cognizant. I wanted to do 1 year HR program. So if you please share information about 1 year HR program. I believe Sivani and Sanjiti both are from the HR program, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, right. And I think I am also a Cognizant employee before I joined in. So I know where he or she is coming from. Okay, so Sanjiti, do you want to take up the question or should I take it forward?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Super, super. Okay, so please say about the 1 year HR program, 6 months experience, information. Okay, so I'm trying to, so what I get from the question is that you want to understand the HR program, right? So for 6 months, I think the HR program would fit for you, right? Because I think we have a range of 0 to 2 years work experience for our HR program, right? So for you, honestly, you'll have to pick up your speed, right? Because at 6 months you barely sort of try to understand that what is happening around you, right, as a work experience. So what this program and the HR program is really, I would say the backbone is Arja ma'am. And I think the way she takes care of each of her student, she makes sure that she has that standing time with each of one of them. And so for her, she makes sure that you are aligned with a mentor or a mentee, sorry, with a mentor, or she makes sure that you are aligned in a way because she knows that you can sort of pick up the program that way. So again, we make sure that in our HR program we cover all the basics, but being an HR, you are also tied with technology, so you'll have a lot of courses that would be tying you up with the latest trends and latest technologies that are used in HR right now. So anyone in the field would really know well that HR is no longer your books and brews. You have to get your hands dirty in technology to actually understand and deliver HR better. So irrespective of working in a tech or a non-tech industry, so that is where I think the HR program's flavor comes in really well. And I think the way that HR program stresses a lot on the analytics part of it. To me, when I was working, when I was working for the first year in CRM Next, so the way I picked up and delivered my hands-on experience of analytics, that was something that really helped me pull myself in work. So I think that inculcation of analytics in the HR program is something that gives HR Soils 1 year program an edge. So you'll not be doing something that you'll be told. You will have professors who would ask you to make the problems yourself and solve them yourself. So that gives you a really hands-on idea, so you can you can go as wild as you can with the question, but answer aapko karna hai and marks aapke haath mein hai. So I think that whole experience of being pragmatic is something that I really liked about the HR program. And I think anyone who's doing the program and moves into another into a journey and picks up a career will definitely agree that how the program really sort of touches you and helps you deliver yourself during your career. Okay, I hope that answers your question. Just in case if you have any follow-up question, that works.
Thank you, Shani. Shanjuti, you'd like to add something on it?
Yeah, sure. So my perspective to it is not only I mean the HR chair, definitely Arja ma'am has does a lot for the whole batch, but even all the faculties who are coming in has great knowledge in each of the subjects. Not only that, whatever question we have apart from the subject, anything related to it is also clarified very well. So we have industrial visits, we have demos of practical HR systems which we work on in the organizations. So suppose, for example, if I take an example, if you would like to work in HR tech in the future, you will get demos and understand the system very well in the subjects which are being taught over here. And of course analytics gives it an edge. I would also emphasize on that. So analytics gives you the current trends on how HR is booming and how, in which direction HR is going. So it will give you a holistic idea of the whole HR program along with technology and analytics, is what I feel.
Thank you, Sanjiti. So the next question is from Abhilash. Uh, they're asking for the cutoff in soil from NMAT and CAT. Avilash, I believe, just to clarify, I hope you're asking for the 1 year PGPM program. In 1 year PG program, we do have our own set process for the admissions. Yes, the marks from any competitive scores, the marks from any competitive exam helps to build your profile, but it is not considered for your admission candidature. Okay, so just to clarify, for the 2 year program, if you're asking, then it's 210 for the NMAT and CAT is 75 is the separate weight. So I hope I'm clear on that. So the next question we have is, I'm curious to know more about the experiential learning, which is the part of the SOIL curriculum. Can you please walk me through the same? Any one of you like to take?
So I think the current batches would be better. Yeah, I think
I
Nikhil
can
would
take
be
that.
better.
So when you talk about when we talk about experiential learning, there are different parts to it. One way is our SIP program, where we kind of get attached to an NGO or a non-profit or a socially conscious organization, where we kind of assist them, help them in various things, right? Uh, for example, I'm working with an NGO and I'm helping them with their product development. So the learning which we take from the lectures, from our everyday lectures, we kind of put them live, test them, and kind of see the feedback. That is one way of how we are, how we are taught an experience, how we are put into experiential learning format. Second is we in our leadership sessions we are asked to talk. We basically, the classes in a way in our leadership sessions, that we do a lot of discussion on how our lives has been, and what are the ups and downs, and what are the best moment in your lives. So these kind of things brings in a lot of perspective, a lot of experiences from our past, and then we kind of talk to each other about this. So this is the something which we do in experiential learning. Stenjudi can add if you
Yeah.
if
So, sir, is the question exponential learning or experiential learning? So I'll take it forward.
experiential learning.
It is experiential, and not exponential learning, experiential
Okay.
learning.
Experiential learning.
Okay, okay. So, I guess experiential learning means that, I'll talk about both exponential and experiential. I mean, both the things go hand in hand. So, the thing is that you attend the classes and you want to learn more. That's what it is exponential. And experiential is in everything that you are learning. You get some kind of an experience. Like, for example, if I would take in every subject, the curriculum or the pedagogy is, arranged in such a way that you have case studies which is very recent. You have it's not a very usual way of what we have done in our, maybe in our BTech days or in our school days. Like, there's a book you have to read and answer the questions and come in the class, prepare something like that. It's not like that. Even the PPTs or the exams are taken in such a way that you are evaluated based on what you have learned, not something what you have mugged up and come and write it down and your thing is done. So kind of whatever experience you are having throughout the course, you will have to apply it in a way in every evaluation or in every day uh, of the class. So I think that's how I would like to take the question.
Exponential learning, there's a few other components that we add on. If you all have gone through just now, Sidbari trip, it's not about the exponential, not about the
Yeah.
subject learning. It could be the behavioral change or the
Yeah.
personality development. So, Sidbari trip is one. If you can share light on that, Sidbari is one. Yoga session that you people go through. That is again, it's some kind of, personality development over there. The behavioral trait, how you, and you people have gone through the theater style learning,
Not
or
yet, but yeah, it's there in the third semester.
so at least, I mean, if you both can share yoga and what you have, I mean, have a word on those learnings. Sid Bari, what you have gone through, how you felt that, or the yoga. Over to you both. I mean, Nikhil and
Yeah,
Sanjay.
so I'll talk about the yoga sessions. So initially in our first semester, the yoga session started and it was taken by Susie ma'am. She's a amazing personality overall. Not only the knowledge she has on yoga and mental wellness and physical wellness, but overall she's an amazing person to talk to be around. So we understood how wellness as a whole is so important in our regular life. She showed us ways in which we can elevate our mind and be fresh at every. So life will throw challenges at us, and we have to take it in a way so that we are not stressed. So those aspects of how to tackle stress, how to be in a situation where you have to manage a hell lot of things and also take care of yourself is being taught at soil, and that is, I think, a great thing. Like spiritual aspects, I think it's a very good I mean, as topic or side of soil which we are brought about in this course.
Nikhil, would you like to take a Bari experience? You are on mute.
Yeah, I'll talk about the Sidbari trip. So Himalayan, it is called a Himalayan retreat basically. So where we go to a Himalayan, so Sidbadi in his basically in Sidbadi we go for a week, and it's a learning intervention where we basically are put into groups, and there are sessions which is conducted by Anil sir on appreciative inquiry, and we do a lot of case studies, and it is basically to find out the purpose of what you want to do in life, and what are your goals and how you plan to achieve it, and and through various case studies and group activities and reflection we kind of do that. So that's it. That is one kind of an experiential trip which PGPM students go on every year.
Thank you, Nikhil. Shivani, I mean, during your COVID time, I mean, I remember most of the classes for you people were online. So any of the incidents or the experience and learning that you still remember, like to share, could be
Right.
because your experience would be different from the current student.
Right.
So that's what to put across how it
Fair
was for
enough.
you.
Right. So I think Nikhil really put out Anil sir sessions really well. So he does this course on self-leadership. And I think at that time, I might not have taken it that seriously, but he said that you do your leadership through all your five senses. And I couldn't pick that up right now. Being the kid that I was at that time, I didn't take that. I couldn't relate to it. But now, believe me, when I am in a state wherein I have interns also working around with me, you really start to understand all five senses are actually used in your leadership. And I think delivering that kind of an experience on a virtual platform was something was very powerful. And I think that would be my takeaway. And it's been around 2 years since I've done the course, and I still remember that so well. That he'd say that you don't just do leadership or lead people through your eyes. You do it through smell. You do it through feeling. So till then, I did not realize that, and now when I walk and talk, and that is how I sort of feel that these were some things that really imbibed in me naturally through all the courses that I was doing in soil, that really helped me sort of pull across from the crowd in terms of how you perform in your careers. And so I think what really is the special about the soil courses is, so even if you're doing marketing, they make sure that the course is designed that way, that it has the values of soil imbibed into it. So, you see a lot of Harvard pass outs going into jail and doing some kind of something or the other, and they're really famous about that, and they openly talk about that during the course as well. But how we imbibe that and make sure how we do it ethically along with the values during our courses was something that really touched me. So I remember A and B sir's session. So he would go about and saying, "Acha, fir theek hai, what would be the impact on the environment?" And being a student, you don't even think about that, how your decisions are going to impact the environment in a marketing class. So that is where I think the whole experiential level of experience of learning came in. And believe me, for me, this was all virtual, and still I got the essence of the course really well. So I know Nikhil and Sanjuti would have a different experience, but for me, that was something memorable that I still really cherish about Soil.
Thanks, Ivani. So we'll take the next question from Vivek. He said, he's asking, he's 35 years old, have 6+ years of experience in production planning control in Tata Advanced System Limited. He has gap of 3 years in between. This gap is due to he started working in family business. So his question is, how would this program is going to help him? I mean, Nikhil or Shivani or Sanjuti, any one of you can take. Probably Sanjyoti can take this because he has roughly around same years of experience, I believe so.
Yeah, so you have an experience of 6 years, and experience is definitely an asset. I also used to feel it some way or the other previously, that whether my experience will behave as a baggage or a asset. So it definitely has turned into an asset, because everything what you learn, you can relate it to whatever you worked on, whatever your knowledge, that you don't gain knowledge in a day in and day out. When you work and years of experience that you have, you've definitely developed a sense of judgment, a sense of knowing things, doing things. So everything you will be applying it in whatever you study over here. And talking about the gap that you have, a lot of more years of experience and more gaps in their career, and still they're doing really well. Soil has their way to pull you up in every way, and challenge whatever you have learned. And you will understand that whatever you learn, first you have to unlearn. So you unlearn and then start afresh and learn new things and go move forward in your life. There is no stopping. So I don't think you should have any hindrance of joining the course, or any doubt about it that there will be any issue regarding your career, your given number of years or gaps, something like that. Because there are experienced teachers and faculties and staff over here who will help you in and out throughout the process.
Thank you, Sanjyoti. Uh, the next one is what all the specialization being offered in the 1-year program. I mean, any one of you can take. I mean, Nikhil and
Yeah, so for 1-year program, we have marketing, analytics, HR. These are the
finance.
finance, yeah, 4. So 4 specialization: marketing, analytics, finance, and HR.
So I believe you can do the dual with major and minor, but major and minor can be done in BLP, not in HRLP, I believe. So in BLP, you can take marketing, analytics, or
you can
any
mix and match.
combination.
You can do one major and one minor in 1 year BLP program.
So next question again for the Monalis, repeat question of somebody else. How many entrance exam scores, accepted fees and cutoff? Manal, we don't accept, I mean, for our admission process, we don't have any weightage to the entrance exam. Yes, it adds value to your profile, but it does not have any weightage for 1-year program. Okay. Fees for the 1-year program for BLP PGPM, it is 15.33 lakhs for 1 year. That is your tuition fees, accommodation, that. And for the HR program, it is 13.85 lakhs. Thank you. Next, we have Mohammad Jishan Khan. He's saying he's fresher. He does not have any work experience. It is compulsory to have experience to get admission in SOIL. How much percentage is required to get admission? He's talking about 2-year. I'll take this question. Jishan, for the PGDM, there's no limit. I mean, there's no as such any condition that you should have experience. For the 1-year program. Yes, there's a condition to have at least 2 years of work experience. You can apply to the 2-year program provided you have 50% in graduation, 10th and 12th, all 3. And Percentile cutoff is for the CAT is 70, final mat is 210, and CMAT mat it's all 90 for the 2-year program. Thank you. Next one we have is here has not mentioned any name. Completed here BTech 2 years ago. Currently working in Amazon. Currently have a lot of online program which offers like 2x, 3x ROI. I'm unable to decide whether to do online program or quit my job and pursue a full-time program. What are the factors one should consider before taking a decision? Any one of you like to add on or want to take this question?
I think I'll take this up because I'm hiring for similar profiles. So I'll be able to give you some insight. See, honestly, please do your research really well. Don't, I would say, go with a course wholeheartedly. Don't enter a course wherein halfway you start to realize and you start cribbing ki, yaar, ROI nahi dikh raha. Okay? So I did my due research and that is where I enjoyed the course. Right. Now talking about saying that you did your BTech 2 years ago and you're working at the Amazon. So Amazon is a fairly nice company and you might have felt something that felt short, wherein you felt that you wanted to do a leadership program, a business program, right? Now, what is difference between your online program versus a full-time program course at SOIL is? So SOIL, you can consider it as an executive PGPM course. Right. So you get a certificate. This is a full-time program. But whatever you do online, these are online courses, online certifications, which might not have value of that level, at least in the management courses. If you go for any technical courses, say Scrum or anything on Kubernetes, so see, that's a different ballgame altogether. Right. Eventually, you'll have to prove that skill set in your interviews, and that is used for your promotions as well. But when it comes to management course, so why MBA courses are different is because of the experience and the connects and the networking that you get. Right. So every MBA college comes with a very rich background of their alumni, their network, and their exposure in placing students and how the current trends of the industry is going on. So that is where SOIL is different from your online programs. I think the comparison is not right. If you want to do comparison of 1-year programs that are being provided in India that are full-time courses. Then I think the comparison would be right. Right. And I understand the kind of investment that you do on an online certificate is, and you don't have to leave a job and you still sort of, get that kind of value. But believe me, I'm hiring for a lot of roles. So in the end, we look for full-time courses, and very few organizations are recognizing online certifications. They are in the process of doing this, the recognition. Some organizations are recognizing it. But again, when we consider a management course or a post-graduation, that has to be a full-time program. Okay. And so in whether you want to decide, see, you'll have to take a call if you want to quit a job. Right. See, because if you are doing BTech and you're in Amazon, I'm fairly assuming you're very well placed in your tech skills. So if you really want to continue doing your tech background and you want to build yourself technically, then that is a call whether you want to sort of build yourself technically and then sort of grow up in the ladder. But what an MBA program gives you is this business edge that you will only realize after doing it. आप जब तक BTech कर रहे होते हो, I was also placed in Cognizant. I was working there. I was working with an insurance company, but you never have that overall glimpse of the business. But once you do an MBA program, you start to realize that why you were doing some projects and why you were aligned to it. So that is what a perspective that an MBA programs give you. So again, that has to be your call whether you want to grow in which way, and do you feel that it is worth leaving your job, intentionally for doing a course. So again, it has to be consciously your call. I would suggest don't just rely on one alumni. At least reach out to 5 or 10 folks. Understand who all came from a technical background and how they are growing well. You can definitely reach out to any of the alums. They are more than welcome to have a conversation with you. And I think even if you reach out to Subhesh sir, he will really help you in connecting with the right people that will help you take the right decision as well. Right. So again, first thing is, how do you want to grow? And second thing, do you feel that you really want to take this break? See, because for me, I intentionally wanted to take a break because I sort of felt that somehow what I am doing was not fulfilling me. And that is where I felt that an MBA program would help me actually catapult my career. So that is where I intentionally took a call and shifted from a core technical, BTech job to an HR. So that is how I took this call. And I hope this answers your question. Just in case if it does not, you can always find me on LinkedIn. You can drop a message to me. I'm available at any time, of course, after office hours, and I'll make sure that I answer to all your queries and you get that kind of support. And if I'm not able to give you the support, I'll make sure I connect you with the right alumni who would help you clear those queries before you join in and take this decision.
Thank you, Shivani. Nikhil, Sanjuti, and one of you like to add on it?
Yeah, I think I'll give my perspective to it. Of course, it's upon individuals to take the decision and do the research, as Shivani has already mentioned. My perspective to it, when I joined after 6 years of working in a IT, being comfortable in a job, was that I wanted something different. I wanted to go in a different way. The work that I was doing, the way that I was going, I was not satisfied with it. That triggered me in some way or the other to take up a course. Now, talking about online and offline is, online and offline classroom program. I always prefer classroom or offline program because it gives you more, connection between people. So I'm not a person who can sit in front of the laptop, see some videos and learn and apply it in my life. So I'm not a person like that. It's difficult to do for anyone, I believe. There must be a human interaction. There must be a teacher student relationship. There must be some kind of theory as well as practical knowledge in a learning process. So all these factors adding up, I took this decision of doing a offline course.
Thank you, Sanjuti.
Thank you.
Next question we have from Siva. He wants to know how SOIL helps to develop leadership skills right now. He is a manager in a bank and want to enhance his skills. Any one of you, Nikhil, do you like to take this?
I would like to add that, leadership skill is an outcome of this course. You won't be taught this in one subject or a, particular class, but it's a series of subjects or entire year with the kind of intervention which you will be indulged in. It will be the outcome of that, and it will be through various things like the leadership class by Anil sir, and then after that our intervention with the SIP program, our intervention with the external mentors, and the way we are taught through case studies, teamwork, group activities. All these actually will be culminating into your development of a leadership qualities and all. So I think that way the program is placed or panned in a way that skills will be an outcome of this program.
Thank you, Nikhil. So now we have the last question. So before we take it, I just remind if any one of the attendees, if you have any questions with you, please put a Q&A. Meanwhile, we take this question from Suman Ghosh. He's saying he has had more than 10 years of work experience now, is 35 of the age. Is it good to go for 1 year residential MBA now? His experience is in agri sales for 5 years and in international freight forwarding for 4 years. It is possible for him to switch to finance after executive MBA. Any one of you?
I think we have to, the query is something that she has to consider the curriculum and the way you want to go forward. So I don't think there will be an issue in switching your career in any direction. So if you want to go into finance, I think you'll be able to do so, right, sir? Because if there is no, according to the program designed, it's for experienced people, and I guess it won't be an issue in that way, because I have 6 years of experience into IT, completely technical background, and I decided to do an HR course and move my career into HR. So I don't think it should be an issue.
Just to add on, Sanjuti, I believe Suman, you have I mean, you have apprehension on the 10 years of work experience. Yes, I do agree. With your apprehension that yes, challenges would be there. I'm not denying that because the sweet spot, we call it in our, in executive MBA is 2 to 6 years or 2 to 7 years. That's where the sweet spot in. Beyond that, 8 years, 9 years are like convertible. With the 10 years, there will be a lot of gaps comes into the picture where you have, 35 years age, where the company, the kind of company we pull in for the recruiters, those are the people looking for this, probably not for that age. For you, it could be the different placement we can look. Probably you can look for the program in for any program with the leadership, senior leadership program by the many B school that they have started offering for the senior people. Probably you can consider those. You can evaluate between these two where your skills lies, where you still want to be in the functional domain, functional management domain, or you like to be hold at the senior leadership role. So that call you need to take, and then you can decide whether this program fits for you or the senior leadership program fits for you. That's why. The last question we will take from the Aman Kumar Pandey is asking what is the ratio of engineers and non-engineers. He comes from non-engineering background and 2 years of work experience. Uh, I'll take this question. The engineers and non-engineers could be 60-40, if I'm not mistaken, from your batch, Nikhil Sanjati, I believe. 60 would be the engineering background, irrespective of the branch they're coming in, but 40 is from the non-engineering background. When I say the non-engineering, I'm concerning all the graduations like BBA, BCom, BBM, hotel management. All of this consists of the 40% of the batch, because that comes from there. So that answers the Aman's question. Any one of you have the last minute question, please put it across, otherwise we'll close this session. We wait for 10-15 seconds. Okay, I guess that is all. So thank you, Shivani. Thank you, Sanjyoti. Thank you, Nikhil. Thanks for all of you taking out some time and coming over here for this evening. If we would have offline, I could have offered you some tea and snacks. But over here, I can wish you have a great evening. Thank you, Nikhil, Sanjyoti. See you tomorrow at college.
Thank you, Shivani, for joining.
Thank you so much. Have a great day ahead. Thanks a lot.
And
Thank you so
Shivani,
much,
we'll see you on 11th of December for the cricket tournament.
Most probably, sir. Most probably. Sure.
See you.
Okay.
Have a good
Thank
evening.
you. Thank
Bye-bye.
you. Take care.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
guys. Thank you.
Bye.